I can't remember what year it was, probably could have been 20 years ago. The mayor of Palermo invited us to do a show in Palermo, Sicily, and not a selling show. He wanted to do an exhibition of Verdura. The mayor's official residence is in fact Verdura's family home, so it was easy. It's not open to the public, but they use it for official functions and entertaining. And if dignitaries come to stay, that's where they put them, because it's basically a palace. And it abuts the royal gardens because there's a royal complex, and I think the gardens are like 2,800 acres, so it's a very large garden, mostly. I mean, they call it a garden. It's like, you know, olive trees and things like that. And then there's a wonderful sort of big rock in the middle of it called Monte Pellegrino, like the water. And it's very dramatic. Actually, there's a photo of it that you'll be able to see. Anyway, when we got there, what we saw was the interior of the house. Every square inch of it is covered in. The walls have murals, the ceilings have murals, the floors are inlaid with marble, the curtains are all in. There's a process. It's silk, but I think in this country they call it trapunto, but it's. If you're going to have a pomegranate on the curtain, it's all done so that it's 3D, but all done in bright colored silks, and camels and pomegranates and palm trees. I mean, it is very Sicilian, rather wonderful. And anyway, so right away you could see that the inspiration, he didn't have to go very far. He wrote a charming autobiography when he retired, and it came out when he was living in London, and it's called The Happy Summer Days, and the title was taken from Alice in Wonderland. And it's about the first 13 years of his life living in this house. And his family was eccentric, to say the least. His father traveled a lot. His mother and his father didn't live together. There was a big palace in town called Villa Verdura, and that's where the father lived. And the mother lived in this house, the grand house, and it says right in his biography, they only got together for conjugal visits. I don't think they got on very well, it sounded to me. But anyway, the inspiration for the jewels, a lot of them came from decorations in the house. The gardens still today have their ponds, and there's swans and ducks and geese and all kinds of animals. He had a pair of pet baboons, which they no longer are there. They lived apparently under the front porch or stepped. He had a pet camel that his father had brought back from Africa for him. They were very eccentric people. When he was a child, he liked to dress up because there are these photos of him. There's one that most people call him dressed up as an American, a Native American or an Indian. He actually says that he was Papageno, which is a parrot. So he thought he was a parrot, but he dresses as a pirate. He loved, obviously, he and his sister both used to dress up as kids. They were very funny children. I mean, if you read this book, you'll laugh because it's full of funny things. He actually, years later, he was in the Tuileries in Paris, and there was a circus, and he saw his camel. His camel's name was Momo, and he said he knew it was Momo. I don't know why, and he said Momo recognized him. He was so impressed that after all those years, his pet camel had remembered who he was. But I mean, the more you read about this man, the more you realize he was very unusual, and he had a highly unusual upbringing.